Hi, I'm Wallace Wallace. I'm a fourth year New Media Interactive Development student at RIT. I am the CUPSI chairperson for RIT Mental Graffiti. I hope you have a lot of fun hearing all of our poems. This piece is called Moving. I arrive at the apartment complex. The room smells like old cigarettes and cat hair. My friend opens the door, her electronic wheelchair filling the air with a vibrating hum. Moving boxes and scattered trash litter the room. There is little space left to move. Claustrophobic, I wonder if this is what her mind is like. I open a crinkly white bag and begin. What's it like living in an unsafe neighborhood? Does your missing leg ever bother you? What's your depression like? Little by little, the bag fills and spills over. First, the floor appears, then the couch and the table. We are cleaning up the damages, making peace with our past selves, uncovering the traumas that fill our rooms, making space to breathe. The cathartic release of neatness, of seeing transformation, and not carrying this burden alone.
Hi, this piece is called An Ode to Lincoln Park. This is an ode to Lincoln Park, an ode to 2 a.m. drives with windows down and speakers blasting, to driving one-handed and coming home with my right thigh bruised because how can you resist thumping along to the beat? This is also for that one time I tried to park, but I got so into Chester screaming and Mike's rapping that I accidentally hit someone else's car, and it rocked back and dented mine, but there wasn't actually any other damage on theirs, so I just threw it in reverse and parked it like nothing had happened. Yeah. This is for sitting in my car for hours after I'm done driving because I'll stop at the next song when I know damn well it'll be a banger, and my fingers are too numb from racking out on the steering wheel to do anything else. This is for the times when LP made my car the only place I felt safe. Absorbed in surround sound stereo, nothing could ever touch me. The only voice in my head wholly distracted by memorized lyrics. The future seems so certain when you know what's coming up next. This is also for Chester Bennington. Some days singing along to his melody is the only thing that can soothe me. Screaming with him, the only thing that gets the stress out. Listening to him, the only thing that lifts me up to see another day. So I will treasure these moments. Sitting alone in my car at midnight, where I embody the world of LP, fireflies blinking like faraway stars, reality a galaxy away. I am my own planet, one that sings its own song, a light that will never get out.
This piece is titled A Canine Called Crisis. It has been 3 years since my last hospitalization. 3 years since I've clawed my way to okay, and 3 years since I started the road to recovery, grit still stuck in my teeth. My past a thin line behind me. My future a vast expanse before me. Steady, my feet, one step at a time. But sometimes the possibilities look more like regrets of decisions I haven't yet made. The canine crisis follows behind me, the gleam in his eyes like flashing red and blue lights, his howl more like a siren. He reminds me that my mind is teetering on a wire, a balancing act on a thread of rope. Sometimes I grow heavy and want to dive nose first into the abyss. Let the pressure of perfect balance evaporate off my shoulders. Let crisis consume me. Hold me in his mouth before swallowing me whole, his teeth bruising and battering my body like every time before it. The familiar jaw of this beast cradles and comforts, drowns and dissolves. Crisis has always been a safety net. Faithful friend, lone wolf. How can I explain the yearning of his company? How his tongue is forgiving? How I can't remember a past without him? How checking gravity returns me home? But I am soon cut out of his belly, inches from death by worried hands and furrowed brows. When he devours me, he claws those around him, scratching hearts and puncturing thick skin, leaving a trail of bloody paws in his wake. That's why I became tightrope walker and not skydiver. I let myself be ripped from his insides. But how can I stop thinking about him when he is howling me home? This piece is called I Haven't Relapsed. Years of mental illness had made this tongue such a good liar, putting the voice in my head and the voice in my mouth to see which is louder. It's amazing what combination of consonants and vowels a guilty conscience will utter. Each word a glass lie, 1 second from falling on a hard truth. Hope they won't see your broken soul reflected in shattered letters. What's your chance of survival if you are the villain in the hero's clothing? Playing the role so well your face molds to the mask. It becomes skin, and then a body. When war paint turns into morning makeup routine, the one thing left is a fresh Polaroid of what you thought was the picture. Only time will reveal the truth.